What?
The grasshoppers.
And this is a
and there are some other edible insects that they are traditional. But cockroaches, scorpions, and tarantulas, they are not traditional at all.
You said this is a
It's just a lie. Yes. This is a piton.
Oh my god! Calm down. It's morning and we have come to this little quaint little place for breakfast. We're not cooking. We are not about that life. But I'm really enjoying the weather here. It's like, it feels like Nairobi in the morning. It's really nice. It's really cool. It's in the 50s. It's 57. So that's why I have a sweater on. But then it's gonna warm up. And this is 57 Fahrenheit, so it's gonna warm up. And we're here in September, and today is my birthday. I know, happy birthday to me. Yes, we have a walking tour planned, and we have a few activities planned today. And I really just want to see this beautiful, beautiful place.
This is called Mesa.
Really?
Mesa. The mother, father, all of that is the same.
What do you mean mother, father is the same?
Like, you would understand, Yani, like if someone said, mi papa.
Oh, okay.
Mi mama.
I want to take a video of this place. It's such a quaint little place. I'm telling you, the GoPro is so good for this kind of shots, because it takes wide. You see that? As compared to a phone.
Now, I'd like to know, how familiar are we with Mexico's history, Mexico's culture? Not a lot. Not a lot either. All right. In that case, we're gonna start with the basics, let's say, and we'll build on top of that. So coming back to reality, when the warrior that we sacrifice falls on top of that, we're gonna reenact the story by removing the head, the arms, and the legs. The arms and the legs, we're gonna set them apart. We're gonna use them for other things, which later we might discuss depending on how we feel. Let's just remember that nothing was wasted, pretty much. And then the head was used to build a wall of skulls right in front of this monument. So that's why we think it was associated with the god of war. Although this theory was stronger before they actually found the thing, right? Archaeologists were expecting to only see the skulls of young men, young males, implying they were all warriors, but they found the skulls of everybody. So nowadays we're reworking the series to be more precise about our knowledge in that sense. So, any questions about human sacrifice? Are we good on this?
Do you have an idea how many, a month or a year, or how often?
It's difficult to say how many, but they were performing human sacrifice or of one kind or another daily. Yeah.
Daily?
Their own people and captured people as well. The slaves.
They also sacrifice their own people.
Yes. Even the nobility had to perform self-sacrifice sometimes.
So how did you get selected? Like, if they're sacrificing their own people, like, do you know you're gonna get sacrificed? Do you give yourself up to be sacrificed? How did that work?
Depends on the conditions. They have very specific conditions for performing all of these rituals.
Okay.
In some cases, you were just selected like at random.
Are they happy to be selected?
Dependent, it's really difficult to tell on an individual level. Culturally speaking, it was an honor. Being sacrificed implied you were basically saving the world. You were becoming part of the divine, and then your family would gain honor as well, right? But on an individual level, there was surely people that didn't want to be sacrificed. I would imagine at least 1325. Although it's a bit difficult to be precise with calendar conversions, especially in another language and with a few other complications. let's just say they started building the city in the early 1300s, right? Now, first thing we have to know about the Aztecs is that we don't know where they're from. Like, we know they were not living in this area before the 1300s. They were not living in the south or the southeast either. So that leaves the north and northwest. Most accepted theories will suggest the Aztecs probably come from around Nayarit or Guanajuato, which are like 5 hours north from here driving, north and northwest. But there's another theory saying the Aztecs probably at some point came from Utah, right? Which is well within the United States. Real quick, since we're here and I like plants, we have these beauties here. Do you guys know how these are called? Any ideas? Aloe vera, they're in the same family.
Or sisal.
I'm sorry?
They'll also look like sisal.
Sisal, I don't know
You know
that
what
one.
sisal is?
No, I'll look it up in a second. These are called maguey, right? M-A-G-U-E-Y. If you come around, let me show you. We have a few more
You
plants
can
over
make
here.
alcohol on using sisal
This one
plants.
here, well, all of these are agave. They're in the agave family, right? But this one is agave espadín. This is used for making one of the many types of mezcal. Mezcal espadín specifically. That bluish one in the background with the thin leaves,
Yes.
that's blue agave, and that's used for making tequila.
Oh.
You can only use blue agave for making tequila. Now, tequila and mezcal are drinks from the colonial period because they're distilled. The distillation process is invented in the Middle East, and then it's only brought here during the colonial period, right? But the one that you get from that one, pulque, is just the fermented sap. There's no distillation or anything. So that's actually why some people have issues with it, because cactus sap or like crasulian sap tends to be very thick and slimy. So the drink itself is kind of thick and slimy. If you want to try it, I recommend a place where you can do so. It took me a few tries, but I'm a big fan now. It's only got like 5% alcoholic content, in case you wanted to know. But the other thing I want you guys to look for is these thorns, these sharp, long thorns. If you know how to pull them off from the leaf, it can come with a thread. So that's why what the pre-Hispanic people use here for sewing clothes, for example, right? Like it's a pre-made sewing needle. And then we're also going to be talking about another thing they did with this thorn, because we're going to be talking a little bit about ritual sacrifice, okay? Just so that we start getting ready for this whole thing with the blood and all that.
Okay.
Pulque, like regular white pulque we call it, and then curados. Curados is pulque with fruit or other things mixed into it to change the flavor a little bit. I'll give you a map at the end of the tour, and if you want to go to these places I'm going to be recommending, we can mark them down.
Okay.
Anything else? Alright, let's start going down that way, please.
Really good information.
But there's a series of laws around here saying that if you own a building in this first quadrant of downtown and you need to renovate, you also have to hire archaeologists so that they dig down and see if they find something, because we have plenty of Aztec ruins in this area. Now, if you find something, or if the archaeologists do find anything, you as the owner of the building are supposed to finance the construction of a museum around whatever they happen to find. And this is because we are really interested in preserving our ancient heritage and showing it to everybody, pretty much, right? Now, the owner also cannot charge anything for people to go down there. It has to be free for everybody.
So we were continuing with the walking tour, and we're really in the heart of downtown Mexico City, which is really interesting because you can see even where we are is really nice. It's really clean. At least the parts that we went to are like super clean, and this place has so much history, so much heritage. And I love that the people in Mexico City and the government is really intent on preserving their heritage. And so that was interesting. And this felt more like those trips we used to take in school, the school trips, like we could go to the museum or the national park or whatever, and we would go and learn. This felt a lot like an educational trip, but with more depth. It had a lot of depth. So we're like, so every moment was like oohing and eyeing. I mean, if you're not learning about the way they made alcohol with those sisal looking things, the plants, it was the Aztecs, and to hear that they could have even come from Utah. I mean, there was just so much. And I think it's really important when you go somewhere to find out about the history of the people, because it really helps you connect with them, understand where they're coming from. Because the last time we went to Mexico with the family, we went there on the day during the Day of the Dead, and it was spooky, but now I get it. I mean, I totally understand it. So yeah.
Now, instead of a ceremony or celebration, we have a demonstration apparently. I would assume those tents back there are people protesting something. It can be a lot of things, we have plenty to complain about. But since here we have the presidential office to our left, then the government of the city on those two buildings and the Supreme Court over there, that's why we get so many protests and demonstrations happening in this area. People come and shout at the powers that be. Sometimes they stay here. The largest protest that I have ever seen here was like 10 years ago. The union for the teachers union of this country gathered on this square for 2 years. They occupied this whole area for 2 years. It was like having a village in the center of the city.
One of the things you'll notice by now is that the Mexican people are very, very spiritual. And so there's this super old church. This was built by the colonialists, the Spanish, and it's very, very beautiful. But unfortunately, like I mentioned in my last video, Mexico City is sinking. And so even this church is leaning to one side. And actually, there was a service going on, a mass going on. So it's an actively used church. So you have to be very respectful when you go there. And then I'm telling you, when we went outside on the street, when we were leaving, we found that there's these people there and they do like sort of cleansing. It's not exorcism, it's cleansing your spirit. So it's like done in the middle of the street. It's not a big deal. It's for people like me who are like, weh, okay. Yeah, and people are paying and they get it done, as you can see. And it's a thing. It's just a thing. And that's why I said, different cultures, different ways of doing things. And yeah, it was interesting, very intriguing. But it doesn't bother them that you're looking. That's your problem. You're the one with the issues. They are fine. In the afternoon, my daughter planned a food tour in the market. Ebu, now you watch, you see, you tell me, because where?
And also, this is the only market that they offer this kind of exotic meat on the city.
So the kind of meat again is what? What kind of meat?
All of this.
It's lamb.
Ostrich, wild boar, crocodile, lion.
But where do you get lion meat?
It's mountain.
From Africa?
No.
Of course.
No, you can't.
Yes. Yes, the animals are right here and they choose which ones they are going to the slaughterhouse and which ones they are going to the zoo. And that's it. Also, over here we can see some of the edible insects.
It is a girl. Her name is Athena. Do you want to talk?
No, that's really so gross, you know. And also they are going to tell you that the scorpion and the cockerel, they are super traditional. That is a lie. And also the tarantula, that is a lie. That is only for tourists.
That was a tarantula that I just
The ants,
What?
the grasshoppers,
And this is a
and there are some other edible insects that they are traditional. But cockroaches, scorpions, and tarantulas, they are not traditional at all. It's just a lie. Yes! This is a piton.
Oh my God! Calm down, breathe.
Yes, please, come over here.
On this side. Okay. I think it's adventurous.
All these are the same ants, grasshoppers. These are gusanos de maguey or maguey worms. And these are salts grinded with ants, and this is salt grinded with worms.
These are ants.
These are ants. In the US, they are very well known as leaf grass cod ants. Those are the same. But over there, nobody eat them. Only from Mexico and to the south, everyone, they eat them. And well, we are also in the seafood section right now.
Okay, at least this looks normal to me. Okay. Yeah.
Looking sharp.
Look at this. This is jumbo shrimp. These are good. These are huge.
Some octopi over
Yeah.
there.
Excuse me. How come there are no flies?
Sorry?
Flies. What are flies?
Because
doing?
this is a very nice market and it is clean. That is the reason why there are none. That's it.
There must be something you do. Because
It is clean. That's all. That's the only reason for it. Yes. Oh, who wants that? Oh, I don't want that. It's so gross. You can see everything is super clean.
it's clean. It is clean. Is this kienyeji?
It looks like broiler.
No, this is not broiler. This is kienyeji. This chicken, the
Yes,
skin is yellow.
that's right.
Why the regular chicken, the skin is a bit
Well, this is regular chicken also. The reason is this is a different variation. It comes from Mexico, and the main diet that they eat it is yellow corn and cempasúchil flour. The cempasúchil flour is like this and really orange. Hence the color of the skin. But it's There's a plant.
It's a big.
they are
It is the same.
huge.
Like I said, different variation.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the pork in Mexico, it is bigger than the one in the US.
Really?
So that happens the same with the chicken. Different variation. That's it.
Okay. We pick it so that at least I show up in the video.
Es que yo dije también.
Okay, so now the food market was crazy. Some parts of the market are perfectly regular. Then, like this, what you're seeing is crazy. Apparently, the Mexican folks just started putting different combinations of different animals to flavor their tequila or agave, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. And it's like really interesting. Let me know when you're ready.
You can do it. It's a mental thing. It's just mental.
Okay, it's time to eat rice. Your heart is racing.
Wow. Guys, this is the nearest Alright, let's go. Why are you taking with lemon? Oh, I was gonna put this in my mouth, put the lime, and then take the shot. Ah! Are we swallowing or chewing? Chewing. That taste. Yeah.
You need to chew it. Sorry, but
Chewing.
Okay,
It's a grasshopper.
it's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
grasshopper.
Okay, I can go to Survivor after this.
Yeah.
Okay, three. Wait, so you're chewing, and then lime. I'll get some lime, and then I'll finish my trauma. Okay. Hold on, let me get more salt. Alrighty, just finished my salt. Okay. Hiya. Wow. Okay, cheers. I told told you. I told you. I told you.
The taste is not bad.
It's not. It's very flavorful.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You want more?
No, I've tried. I've tried. It's not
Are you
bad.
serious? Thank you. Wait for it to go out. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I wanna sing happy birthday to you. To you. I wanna say happy birthday to you. I wanna say happy birthday to you.
I have walked through the darkest valley.
Like the walls of Jericho.
I was lost, couldn't find my way. But then I heard him from within, he who died for my sins. He spoke my name, then I saw his face. Yes, I've seen his eternal glory. I felt his hand when I was astray. I never knew until then what his love truly meant. I was lost, but now I'm found by his grace. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. By his grace, by his grace, I've been saved by the grace of my Lord. He is the Lamb and he is the